Where are you on the change of government referendum? Thank you.
I don't think that there needs to be a change of government at this time because our town is small and we outsource fire, police, all the reasons you would need a town manager. Additionally, I wouldn't want to give more power to a non-elected official than the elected people.
I'll say, I've looked at this and I have spoken on the record about this. And the first time I spoke, I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So that's where I was. And I said, prove to us that we really need to change. I understand, in theory, what they're trying to do. And there is one issue we all need to understand, that all 5 of our part-time employees technically report directly to the town council. That authority has been abused in the past, but we can solve that issue with policy and motions by the council saying that we cannot individually put pressure on somebody to do something. I don't think it'd be right for me to go tell the maintenance guy to go mow my yard. I don't think Jim would be thinking too much of me telling the finance officer to go to cut a check for $10,000 to somebody. When you're a supervisor, you have pressure over employees. We need to get rid of that, but we don't need the change of government to do it.
I'm going to say the same thing as they did. I totally agree with that. If we were a large city, I could see that maybe. Hundreds of employees, public works, all that stuff. We don't need that. We don't need to drive the cost up, make more tax base later on, or as far as taxable taxes. And so no, I agree with what both Tom and Darcy said. Totally, just make it fun.
Let me say one more thing. I'm going to say one more thing on this matter. And where I really lost it with this subject was when they voted to approve it without sending it to the public for a referendum.
Amen.
Anything of this magnitude needs to go to the public for a referendum. And I believe they may have had a better chance of getting it done if they had said, we recommend it and sending it to, as for a referendum. I don't think they trusted the people to do that.
Thank you. Well done. Okay. Let's see. So very quickly, what is your view? Okay, no, we're not even going to answer that because I think we all know what their view on commercial. Raise your hand if you know what their view is on commercial. Does everybody know that? Awesome. Raise your hand if you know their view on residential development. Okay, so we're not even going to ask that. Now, candidates, raise your hand if you support residential conservation districts. Okay. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you believe a referendum of the residents should determine the town's form of government. Okay. Jim, how would you ensure communication is a priority for us, the residents, with the town? How will you ensure that communication is a priority when you are elected as mayor of Weddington?
Well, I think I think everybody needs to get involved. I think you need to be a part of what's going on and stay apprised of what's happening. No matter if you're in office or whatever, I'm just saying you need to be a part of it. So I had a frustration during the Wellington Green thing. There were so many people there, especially town hall. You get outside, you couldn't, and this may be small to you guys, but it was big to me. You're huddled outside. A few people, back then we had, it was streamed. And some people are around their cell phones trying to listen. You couldn't even get inside the door. I think there's several things we can do. If a small church can stream a service, why can't we stream a council meeting so people can at least know what's going on? You can be up there, you can log on at home and hey, here's what they're talking about. And and it brings a level of accountability also, so you know, they can't say later on, well, I didn't say that. Well, you did. Here, you know, we heard you. You know, the town heard you. So, you know, there's that. Also, a little small thing here again, you know, you go in there and there's this monitor you can't have to see, and it's pointing toward the council members, and I get they need to see it, but the town needs to see, needs to be involved in that also. So there's things like that. The website needs to be, and I can ramble on here, the website needs to be a little easier to navigate. So if we can, you know, navigate that easy, you know, so these are things that we can look into that I think could help. Sometimes small things make a big difference, and so we all need to be more involved in what's going on and take a key role in this.
Thank you.